Hello guys, welcome back to the Homestead Nurse channel. Today I'm going to be making a homemade chicken pot pie. First I start off with making the crust. I use 3 cups of flour, 1 and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar. For the sugar I use honey and 1 cup of cold butter and 1/2 cup of ice water. So you'll see me here putting all that together and using some tools I use in the kitchen to help me do that. I really like this tool because it's easy to use and you see it's easy to clean. I use it in the beginning just to help me, and then I use my hands, as you see. You might not think it's possible to have the dough stick together as it crumbles so easily, but it really does come together at the end. As you see, you just have to keep working it, and you'll see me at the end make it into a ball, cut it in half, and put it in plastic and put it in the freezer. Putting it in the freezer helps it get cold faster. I mean, you can put it in the refrigerator, but you have to leave it for at least a couple hours. If I put it in the freezer, it just gets cold quicker and I can use it faster. After I put my dough away, I go ahead and I chop all my vegetables. You can use whatever you want, but you can see all the vegetables that I use. I chop them up and I put them in my pot. Now after I put all my vegetables, I put at least 2 tablespoons of butter and 5 cups of homemade chicken broth. This chicken broth I made earlier on the week, and I just make sure I stir all the vegetables really good and make sure they get at least 25 to 30 minutes in the pot with the chicken broth. And then after that, I go to my garden, you'll see, and get some herbs. I got some rosemary and parsley and thyme, and I added that to my mixture and just let it simmer. after I add my last herbs, I go ahead and I cut up some chicken that I had left over. I just put that in my pot, as well as 1/4 cup of flour, and stir that until the mixture thickens. Now after you see it bubble for a little bit, you can turn down the temperature and just let it simmer. Then I go ahead and I flatten my dough. It's kind of hard since it's been in the freezer, but it's good to the point where you can shape it the way you want. Now it's not going to look pretty as you would see some other recipes looking like that nice dough kind of shape that they do, but you know, this is just something where it's just real life, trying to get it done. And I just put some butter around my cast iron pan, as you see, and I fill it with the filling that is nice and thickened, and I just put the dough on top really and just cut 4 slices into it with a knife. So it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, this is real life. Sometimes things don't go the way you want it, and as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. So as soon as I put my egg wash, I bake it for 350 degrees for about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is, and everybody enjoyed it. It was very delicious, yummy. It's a family favorite. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and as always, thank you guys for watching. I see you guys in the next one.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.